Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kingdom's Queens podcast. We are so excited to be here with you guys, even though our beloved Chiefs are coming off of a week 1 loss in Brazil that they didn't quite look prepared for, especially in the first half. And we're just going to dive into everything, the Xavier Worthy injury that happened 3 plays into the game, the slap heard round the world from Teair Tart to Travis Kelce, plus the Jalen Carter suspension, non-suspension, that whole ordeal, plus just a really kind of exciting, fun first week of the NFL. There's a lot of good games, some surprising games. I don't know. I'm your host, Lexi.
Hey, y'all, what's up? I'm Jodi. Sorry.
We have people here with us. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in. You're not late. We are a few minutes late. We apologize, but
yeah, it's my fault today.
We're actually late all the time. It's fine.
Sorry. I'm like, this is our show.
Thanks for being here with us. So,
shout out to everybody that's listening right now, though. If you are listening on YouTube, I see a whole bunch of little YouTube buttons. Please make sure that you hit the like button. Yeah. If you are on Twitter X, make sure you are retweeting the show, commenting on the show, and let's kind of get into it because I have a lot of stuff to talk about today.
We have a lot to talk about, per usual. Per usual, lately we have a lot to talk about.
It's not going. You get spicy me today.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of positive things to say about the NFL.
Yeah,
not even necessarily the Chiefs, because bad thing. A lot of things to say there, but the NFL in general, I got a lot to talk today.
So, both for sure. Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and open this show and talk about Jalen Carter. So everybody seen today that just came out that he will not be suspended. Okay, so the NFL announced today that he will not be suspended, and they're saying that he served his suspension and that he was charged a fine, which was basically him just not getting his game check, which was $57,000, whatever the change is. Like, oh, I feel so bad for you. Right. Here's a few things I want to talk about first. There is a major difference between ejection and suspension. Those are not the same thing. So to say that he is being suspended or that he has served a suspension, in my mind, I feel like as NFL officials that talk to New York all game long, they should have maybe got that verbiage right before they decided to tell him that he wasn't playing in the game. You should not say that he's going to be ejected from the game if it's going to actually be served as a suspension. I also just want to say that had this had been any other player, specifically a player on the Chiefs, the amount of hell, the amount of shit, the way Twitter and Facebook and all of the little apps that people get on every single day, the way those apps would have immediately burnt down and they would have been asking for a multiple suspension and a fine, cut the crap.
Jodi, the amount of times that I said this weekend, if that had been the Chiefs, if that had been a player on the Chiefs, like we would never hear the end of it, ever.
Let's not act like it because, I mean, this podcast is very popular. We have more than Chiefs fans who listen, right? Let's not act like all you non-Chiefs fans would not be crying and complaining and doing all of the things that you literally do every single time a Chiefs player literally breathes. Okay?
And we know y'all are tuning in. We know y'all are listening.
I love that y'all are here. But y'all cry about everything. You bitch about everything. You complain about everything. Let it have been one of our players who had done this. The whole world would burn down. So shout out to Jalen Carter, who didn't get really any penalties. Yeah, he got ejected out of the game and they took his game check. Cool. That's nothing. Yeah. And people are like, you Chiefs fans are being dramatic. I think that he served his suspension. I think he did this. I think he did that. Well, so in the state of Texas, and as somebody who lived in the city of Dallas, spitting on someone is an assault. Sorry, you don't have to like it. I don't make the rules. I don't make the laws. I'm just telling you what it says, right? So if Dak Prescott did, which he wouldn't because he's not soft, clearly. If he did want to press charges against Jalen Carter, he damn well could have. He damn well could have. And then what would have happened? So before anybody else wants to continue to talk stuff, please cut the crap.
Right.
Sorry.
And
I have lots of tangents.
Listen,
go ahead.
I appreciate the rant for sure. I think, it's so interesting. We say this week after week, I feel like. But the NFL, just it doesn't have consistency in any punishments, anywhere in the league. They change their minds every year. Their main focus going into this season was, what was it, Jodi? It was sportsmanship. Right.
Correct.
So
unsportsmanlike behavior, making sure that going into this season, they're going to really crack down on it because of the face of the NFL. And they want to make sure that the brand and the shield is pure.
And that's all fine and great. But then, okay, so game one, premier game, your team that just won the Super Bowl, a guy that, his biggest punishment was falling to 10th in the NFL draft to the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, bummer. He probably would have gone number 1 overall had he not had that incident in college, right? Like a month or two before the draft, whatever it was, which was highly unfortunate, where he was in a car accident. I don't think he was the one driving, but he was present and he fled the scene, killed someone, yada, yada, yada. Nothing really came from that except that his draft stock fell and he fell to number 10. So poor thing, right? Still has a number 10 overall pick salary. This $57,000 fine isn't really much to him. And they're like, well, this is enough to set the precedent that we're not going to tolerate this. No, it is not. You think, okay, so it just so happened that he hadn't played a snap yet. So let me ask you this. If he had played, let's say, a drive worth of snaps and then spat on Dak Prescott and then was ejected, would that not count? Like, it counted as a full game because it happened before he played a real snap. What if it happened one drive in? Then would it not have counted?
They said if it would have happened in the third or the fourth quarter, he then would have been suspended for the next game.
So not even the second quarter, just the third.
Correct. They said.
So that's the precedent you want to set.
I can't say his last name, but he tweeted out that if it would have happened in the third or the fourth quarter, he would have been probably just fined and then suspended in game 2. Okay, cool.
So that's your precedent there. So I can spit on you if I haven't played a snap yet and just miss a game worth of salary.
Let me ask you a question, Lexi. What if he would have spit on Josh Allen? What would have happened? Exactly. What if he would have spit on Josh Allen?
In Buffalo?
Who has had several rules in the NFL change for him and his organization, right? What if he would have spit on the MVP of last season? Then what?
Girl, we already know that spitting would be outlawed in the NFL in the next year's rule change.
Absolutely.
And if you did it, and if you tried it again, you'd be like done.
Out of the NFL. Like, you're going to the UFL, my guy.
Right.
It's over. So, yeah, I'm not here to have like a very long tangent about Jalen Carter. It's so funny because people also go, Chiefs fans are only mad because he's playing the Eagles week 2, because they're playing each other week 2.
No.
Yeah. Actually, I am. Because if it was any other player or a Chiefs player, they would have made it a bigger deal. I understand the NFL, and I know that they want their ratings, and I know that they want their money, and I know that they're ready for the Super Bowl rematch and the amount of views that the Chiefs and the Eagles are going to give the NFL and the amount of money that the Chiefs already pay the NFL, hence them being the first game in Brazil on the road. We already know what's coming from this. So yes, it's a big deal. No, I do not care. Maybe have better decent humancy. What? Maybe.
Wait, human decency.
Human decency.
She said decent humancy.
You know what I'm trying to see?
I do.
It doesn't take much to be a decent human. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't take much to act like you were grown up in a correct household that teaches that you shouldn't spit on people.
Right.
For people trying to pull the NFL players do this stuff all the time. You know what? They also don't get caught.
Time.
They don't get caught. They don't do it directly in front of the ref.
When you're the one right on camera. Like,
imagine thinking that we don't know that people talk crap all day on the field every single week. Imagine thinking that we're dumb enough to not realize that happens. They're smart. They don't get caught. And there's tons of crash outs in the NFL.
Every day, every game, every single game, there's a crash out.
I'm sorry. Have you seen Jalen Ramsey? Have you met him? Have you met Jalen Ramsey?
But my thing, okay, so one thing I will say, the only upside I can find to it, and I understand, we don't want to play Jalen Carter. He's a freaking good football player, and he hasn't been punished for much that he's done, and yada, 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 so on and so on. Only positive I can find from it is that if the Chiefs can somehow pull off this win, we will say we played the Eagles at their full strength, and
sure,
I like that. So that's what I'll take away from it. I'm glad we're going to play them at their full strength. That's all I can say really about that. But should we kind of take that into what happened with Teair Tart and Travis Kelce?
Absolutely. I think it's important to first talk about the very first game of the season that the whole entire world is watching, which is why we had the Jalen Carter debate first. But now you get into the Chiefs game, which we're going to talk all about what happened the hell in Brazil, because literally still nobody knows the correct answer to this day. But Teair Tart, not only, first of all, he had a great game. Let's start there. He had a great game against the Chiefs. I will give him that.
He's a good player. He plays us well. He has since he was in the Titans. He plays us well.
However, the fact that you think that you can put your hands on somebody's face and nothing is going to come from that, which nothing did come from that, but the fact that you think that you can do that and that is okay in front of a ref while the camera was literally on you, because the YouTube angles were terrible. So of course the camera just so-called happened to be on them right in the middle of this happening. The NFL said that because it was a open fist versus a closed fist, how
does that make any difference? I'm sorry, but how does that make any difference?
The Sanders boy.
Who?
The Sanders boy, the small one. Not Shador, the brother.
Shiloh
literally closed fist punched somebody and was ejected immediately from the game and then released from the team. Granted, it was the preseason and he probably wasn't gonna make the roster.
Right.
It's the principle of the fact that because he closed and his punch barely connected. Okay.
I didn't know Nick Sirianni stood up for Jalen Carter. That kind of sucks. Sorry, just read that.
Oh well, of course he did.
Of course he did.
You're not surprised by that.
That's Nick Sirianni.
Surprised by Nick Sirianni. He's one of the worst he has very low character. Nobody's surprised by that.
Right.
So,
no. Least surprising thing of all time.
If you've been a Chiefs fan for a long time, you know that Andy Reid would not only let you get fined, not only let you get suspended, but he's liable to bench you probably the first quarter of the next game because you're going to get the Chiefs punishment because he holds people accountable.
Well, so
class organization.
Let's talk about Andy Reid's press conference yesterday. He was asked about this.
Talking about the Jalen Carter situation?
No. I've moved on to back to the Teair Tart.
Okay, I was like, wait, because
back to Teair Tart. Andy Reid was asked about it yesterday and his thoughts on it, and he was like, he really, really, really had to bite his tongue on everything he wanted to say because. Well, the thing is he can't say much because the NFL will fine him, which is so unfortunate because you should be able to say if you have an opinion on something, like you should be able to give your opinion and say, especially a coach as seasoned as Andy Reid. He's been in the league for 30 plus years. Like, let him have an opinion. He is the most rule following guy. He doesn't complain about anything unless it's like absolute BS. Andy Reid, he literally is one of the best guys out there. But even he was really struggling to answer this question. He's like, I don't really understand. It was an open face slap, punch, whatever. He hit Kelce really hard, and that really sucks, and there's nothing we can do about it. And he was surprised he wasn't ejected from the game. And he was surprised that there's nothing else really coming from it. And there's nothing he can say furthermore because he will be fined. So for me, I think it sets a really, really bad precedent. I think we've been saying this to start the whole podcast, but I think it sets a really bad precedent that if you're going to let someone open face slap Travis Kelce or whoever it is like that on the other team, I mean, you're just being able to do that all season long. Like Travis Kelce should be expecting slaps every game now because you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to just hit him in the head, and that had power behind it.
If the rule is I can't open hand slap somebody, I'm slapping somebody every week. I swear to God.
Like now
I swear to God, if I'm
now you're going to see that that's a thing.
If I'm a receiver, if I'm a tight end, if I'm a quarterback, if I'm a corner,
I'm slapping you.
Imagine this though. If I stand over you because I just punked you and I get a 15-yard penalty for that, how is that the same equivalent of slapping somebody in the face? How are two things alike? Two things are not alike. So I'm literally slapping somebody every game, multiple times. What? Maybe you have to do it twice in a game to get ejected? I'm not sure. Like maybe slap somebody in the first half and then slap somebody in the second half?
What is it going to take?
I don't know. Like, what's the rule?
I don't know either.
I don't know what's the rule.
It's totally wrong if your hand is like this. But if it's like this, it's fair game.
Yeah. So I just want to say, I tweeted earlier how great of a job Roger Goodell is doing this year. Because we're only 1 week in the NFL, and there have been 2 wildly blatant ass calls that have happened, and the NFL went about them the complete wrong way. Imagine if Patrick Mahomes overhead slapped somebody.
Good point.
Literally, maybe.
I dare Chris Jones to slap Josh Allen like that and see what happens.
Or anybody. I dare him go out there and slap Keon Coleman and see what happens.
Dalton Kincaid. Go slap Dalton Kincaid and see what happens.
I wish. So the NFL has taught us lots of things this week.
And nothing at the same time.
The NFL is incredibly unserious. Like, wow. Very, very, very unserious. And somehow these 2 incidences affect the Chiefs. Either way.
Wait, what if we have Travis go slap Jalen Carter next week and see what happens?
Right? Hey, I'm down for it. Now, granted, he's bigger than you, Travis, so.
He is, and that might not be a good idea, but.
On him. He might spin on him.
Yeah, right. He might spin on him. And then that gets fun. Like, bring on the slapping, bring on the spitting, and just see what happens.
I was listening to one of the Kansas City sports shows earlier, and they were like, what they should have done in this situation is my team versus your team, and now we just out on the field fighting. And it's like, it's really unfortunate that that's what it has to come to for somebody to be either thrown out or suspended or something. Why does it have to get to a point of physically fighting? You're already getting hit nonstop, and every hit feels like a car wreck.
Literally.
Now I have to physically fight you. They could pull a Myles Garrett. Remember in training camp, when your Myles Garrett took 2 helmets and he started chasing after somebody?
Oh, yeah.
Pull that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to go at it, let's just go at it completely. Right. Anyway, I don't think we should have too much more discourse on this. But
no, I think we've covered it. But those are our thoughts.
The NFL is incredibly unserious.
All the time, and twice on Sundays.
Yeah, and it's very disappointing. So, well, that sucks. Anyway, moving on. So, let's kind of talk maybe a little bit about the Chiefs game and why this conversation is happening next. So as you guys know, there has been tons of conversation, and I am not one of these Chiefs fans, by the way, about possibly Tyreek Hill coming back to Kansas City. Y'all, please.
Listen,
Please.
I was delusional on Sunday and was into it, and then I kind of came back to my.
Yeah, I had to go to Sporak and show y'all what his cap hit is. And like what the dead cap is. That boy is not leaving Miami. Like maybe guess he'll get traded to a team and somebody will pick up maybe some of the cap hit for Miami. If they're not doing that, it's not the cap hit this year for Tyreek Hill is asinine. It's not happening, y'all. There's no way we can afford to do that, especially when we already know the amount of guys that needs to get paid next year, depending on how this season goes this year. Now, this situation that I'm getting ready to say actually happened last year. Incredible. So last year, Patrick Mahomes ran into Rashee Rice, season-ending injury, right?
I'm stressed. I'm stressed already.
This year, Travis Kelce runs into Xavier Worthy. Now, I already have things about the offense that I want to say because what the hell are y'all doing? Like, why is nobody paying attention? Why do we not have awareness? Why does nobody know where they're supposed to be? Why is there so much confusion? And that's literally what caused this. So now Xavier Worthy's out. So the Tyreek Hill discourse. Everybody, I get it. Everybody has 2024 PTSD. Everybody has 2023 PTSD with all the drops. People have Super Bowl PTSD with DeAndre Hopkins not catching this ball and it made an insane one-hand catch at the freaking Ravens-Bills game. That's a whole nother conversation. The Chiefs fans got PTSD, okay?
Again, there's so much to talk about.
We're not well. I get it.
Oh, we have a lot of, for as much good as we've had happen to us, we have a lot of PTSD these past few months. So it really came in full force. And I was literally sitting there on my couch and I was like, did that actually just happen? Or like, am I dreaming? Because what? What do you mean? What do you mean Travis Kelce just took Xavier Worthy out of the game? What do you mean? What do you mean?
And then he got up and I was like, okay. And then you see them literally on the sideline, like popping his shoulder back in. So I was like, that's not great.
Maybe it's just like a quick adjustment. I thought maybe. No.
You definitely could tell that they were like popping shoulder back in the
That was my delusion. My delusion was hoping it wasn't what it was.
For me, I'm like, great. Put his shoulder back in place, take him to the back, give him a shot, bring him back out in the second half, tape him up. We're good, right? Then he got ruled down to out quickly. And I was like, all right, maybe there's something.
It was like on the Chargers' next drive. They were like, okay, he's out of the game. I'm like,
yeah, I was like, oh. When he put his towel over his head, I was like, well, that's not great.
Then you know it's
like, that's not great. So now, of course, everybody freaking watched the Dolphins play the Colts. And the Colts cooked.
Oh my God. They were like, I don't even know what to say. They scored on every single possession they had. They scored on every single possession they had.
Danny Dimes went crazy.
Who is this man? Who is this man?
All they needed was Daniel Jones. Who would have thought? The long story short.
That's some black magic for real. That's some black magic for real.
Long story short, the Dolphins did absolutely nothing. Tyreek Hill was on the sidelines crying about the game by the second quarter. So everybody immediately was like, bring him back to Kansas City. He could be a Chief. We miss Tyreek Hill. We need a receiver because we clearly just lost one. PTSD. I get it. Now, after all of this, now there's all this trade speculation about Tyreek Hill come back to Kansas City, blah, blah, blah. There's the article that came out that said he's only had one catch over 30 yards. He hasn't had that in over 365 days, some insane ass stat. And I was just like, y'all, I get it. We're just desperate times calls for desperate measures. I get it. We can't afford Tyreek Hill, y'all.
I know. It's not going to happen. It's fine. We honestly, the Chiefs, okay. So, I mean, we'll get into this whole game. I don't even want to get into it, but I'll say
I do.
Well, I think we have a few more things I want to cover before we get into the Chiefs game, though.
Well, I mean, I'm ready to talk about it. I have things I want to yell about, is what I'm saying.
We will definitely get into it. I just wanted to briefly mention. Okay, well, with Xavier Worthy's injury, I think we don't know for sure right now. It's the day-to-day thing. We're all getting PTSD from Eric Berry and all those times. Day to day, right? But, we've heard some things that maybe it might not be as long as people think. There's some good physical therapy he can do. He can come back with a brace type of thing. Xavier Worthy is not a big man, but he does come back from injury well. I will give him that, like back to his college career and stuff. So I think, and I really, really trust our training staff as well. Like we have one of the best out there for sure. So I think if they think it's safe enough for him to play, I don't expect him this week. I think maybe at very best by the Giants, but at worst, maybe just in the next couple of weeks, maybe right before Rice gets back, that type of thing. I think we'll be okay until then. We just have to work out our game plan for him to be gone. So, but yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be out for a little bit. And the thing is like, I get the whole, like, wrap it up, go back out there, but that does not mean that the injury is healed. He could take one wrong hit and it make it season ending. So, like,
right. And it definitely will probably require surgery in the off season type of thing. But if the training staff can figure it out and they think it's safe for him to play, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The Chiefs organization has been incredibly quiet about this.
It's just been quiet since the game ended. Like overall, just very, very quiet and eerie. And even Andy Reid, he did not say much. He often doesn't give us much, but he really gave us nothing in yesterday's press conference. We'll get more tomorrow because a lot of them will be speaking tomorrow.
Maybe. They probably won't even say much. They might just rule them out. But the thing is like, I know that they were waiting for them to get back to the States so they can go run multiple tests. Yeah. My thing is, if you're running lots of tests, that means they did not like the first few tests. So they're getting multiple opinions.
Different, yeah. Yes and no, but I think too,
if it was season ending, we would know by now.
Yeah.
Season ending, he's done.
Yeah, for sure. Why I think that's why you do go out and get multiple opinions, because you might hear something from one doctor and then you might hear something from another, and then you go with the best you can from everyone and be like, okay, this is our best plan moving forward. Hopefully we hear by like the end of this week what but
I think too, if it wasn't that serious, they would have said that. You know what I'm saying? So it's very much like, because I'm a doctor and I went to school to be a doctor, if I had to decide or say my thought on how long he would be out, my guess would be 4 to 6 weeks, just because that sounds like the middle ground.
Right.
But who knows? He may come back when Rashee Rice comes back. Who knows?
We have
the terrible thing about that is that means you're solely dependent, and we could get into this when we talk about next week's matchup, but you're now down 2 receivers again. And it's early in the season.
Yeah.
And the guys that you're depending on are not rock stars. So it's like, what do you do in this situation? Do you have another season of a mediocre receiving core? Because that's basically what it is right now. Hollywood Brown is one injury away from us being in panic mode.
He's one hamstring away for sure.
Did not practice all training.
I think if you can make it work for the next few weeks, it's going to be more, if Tyquan Thornton can make it happen with the deep ball, that kind of thing, great. If it has to be more dink and dunk again for the next few weeks, that's fine, because after that, we can get Rashee Rice back. We can fingers crossed, get Xavier Worthy back, and then we will have that trio together. God bless.
And that's a very
all the things. Time. Yeah, we haven't. There's no updates on Jalen Royals either.
Nope.
Hopefully he will play this week, but we have no idea. And then I also, if he does play this week, I don't know what you expect of him. So
yeah, not much anyway. And we have 1, 2.
I think you're big.
We have 3 division games before Rashee Rice is back. So not division. I apologize. AFC
conference. Yeah.
Conference games. We have 3 before he comes back. You can't just keep dropping games. Right. So
and I think. Yeah, no, we can't afford to drop many. I mean, you just can't. You're the Chiefs. You can't afford to drop many games, period. You lost 2 games total last season. Like, our standards are high, and they are rightfully high, and they should be, because you only get dynasties once every lifetime, honestly. So,
yeah, and I don't even think about that. The way I think about it is the AFC is really damn good. So
the AFC is good. So
get behind if you want to. Like you don't get to get behind.
No.
You're going to be chasing the whole season. And there's a very high possibility the team will 0-2 after this week.
I think your focus is just Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Travis Kelce, Noah Gray, get Robert Tonyan more involved. If Jalen Royals can play, get him involved in some sets. Rashard Smith, get him involved in your offense. I think
the problem is nobody respects these guys.
They're going to have to, but you're going to have to play them like you do, because there's no one else to respect.
Fine, but it's not like you got a Tyreek Hill out there or a Travis Kelce from 3 years ago out there where they got to respect your offense. And that people get played man-to-man on us right now. That's a problem. Yeah. And what we learned from week 1 is none of these dudes know how to create separation.
Right.
So, yes, that's the game plan.
You or just randomly.
But none of them are threat worthy. So
they're just gonna, they're just
adjustment. Unfortunately, let's kind of get into Brazil. Brazil was a hot mess. Now, I will say, I know that some people are saying this could be a matter of the travel, and there was a lot of travel. Now, people don't realize it, which I don't think it has anything at all to do with travel, but they were delayed on the runway for 2.5 hours before they actually took off for the 10-hour flight.
Because I guess the Brazil airport lost power, which is crazy.
So they were delayed on our runway for 2.5 hours before they could even leave Kansas City. By the time they left Kansas City, of course, 10, 11-hour flight, whatever. They landed. It took them 2 hours to get through customs. And then once it took them 2 hours to get through customs, it took a 2-hour drive to the hotel because traffic in Brazil is nuts. Right. So what should have been only a maybe 14-hour travel day turned into an 18, 19-hour travel day. So if you want to blame the travel for their performance, sure. For me, I don't. Because this team travels a lot.
They do travel a lot. I think what they should have done and would have done themselves a favor is getting there a day sooner. I think with such the extensive travel that it was, I think the other flights we've done are 7 hours, 8 hours, maybe 4 hours to Mexico, whatever it was. It's been less travel time. I think this was a really, really extensive travel day. Like you said, they were delayed. Then on top of that, you have 12, 13-hour flight, whatever it is. 10. Very long flight. Regardless, very long flight. And Chargers got there an entire day before, had an entire day of rest before. They are also the home team, so they got the home facilities to practice in. We had to practice on what looked like a high school football field. And that's not excuses. I think it's more just what you're getting into when you get there. So why not get there the day early? You had the whole off season. Why wait till the last minute? It's not like you're in. It's not like you're in week. Yeah. You're not in week 6 traveling to another country where you only had that week to get there. You had the whole off season to prepare for this. Why not get there the day early? Mm-hmm. The Chargers also started there. They were the very first team to start training camp, and they started a good week before everyone else. They were out there preparing. They wanted to win this game. They went out there with purpose, and they did everything they had to do to win it. They executed just about as perfect as you can.
Chargers look fantastic.
So
Chargers look great. Justin Herbert was fantastic. They were great. Let's get into it. Let's start talking about offense and defense. I don't really have a ton to say about the special teams, but let's start talking offense.
More so that we just had one great play that was executed by special teams.
The special teams is always going to do. They're always going to give you something.
And that can make or break you. So
absolutely.
Luckily.
Now, I will say this, kind of like we just said, right? The Chiefs had the whole entire offseason to prepare for Brazil. And if you know them, they came up with an excellent game plan on what that is going to look like. Now, I will say this. I think the biggest beef that I have with the whole traveling thing, I don't really care about the traveling thing. I don't like that it was a division game. I think division games should kind of just be played on even field.
Honestly.
Or not even field, but home and away. Like everybody. Now, granted, that was a home game for the Chargers still, right? But I don't like that.
You know what? I think they were probably pissed about that. I think they were probably pissed. They got a home. Like, imagine if we got a Chargers, Broncos, or Raiders game taken away from our home for another country. I'd be pissed too.
Well, we had, you know what I mean? That's happened. We've had home games taken away for us for travel, but
no, but not a division opponent though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, we've had that happen.
A conference opponent.
Yeah. So that I would say out of all of the things I'm annoyed about, that is probably like the main thing that I'm annoyed about is that it was a division game. Other than that,
yeah.
I think, you know, you got to be really honest about the fact that your game plan changed after the first drive.
Right.
You lose the receiver that they literally have planned the whole entire offseason around. We knew that. We didn't know for a while, but we had an inkling that Rashee Rice was going to be suspended at the beginning
for a while.
Even though they said the middle of the season, and then they ran it back and said the beginning of the season. Whatever. We know that was kind of what the Chiefs' game plan was. That's the reason why they kept 7 receivers. That's the reason they did all these things. Well, your game plan changed very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really unfortunate because Andy Reid is supposed to be one of the best coaches in the NFL, and he did not adjust at all. And that was very frustrating to see because I feel like last season,
not until the second,
was a little bit of that. Last season, there was a little bit of Andy Reid not adjusting, and it made me like question, like, why is he being so conservative in some of these situations? But it also made me realize, okay, they really don't trust this receiving core, especially with the amount of injuries we had and things of that nature. So seeing how there was literally like no adjustments really on offense, Travis Kelce couldn't get open. Patrick Mahomes pretty much said, fuck it, over my dead body game quickly. Mm-hmm. The first half and the second half of this game were very different for Patrick Mahomes. I remember saying, I need Patrick to stop looking down the field for the deep ball and to check down.
Right.
And then the moment he started doing a check down or looking at the receivers that were next to him, then we started converting first down. The Chargers definitely did not game plan for Patrick to use his legs this early in the season because he usually never does. He usually saves his legs for the back half of the season. Patrick was a rusher.
He had to. Yeah.
That's a problem.
Terrible problem. He had no other choice, and you could tell the moment Xavier Worthy was taken out of the game because he was unfortunately injured by Travis Kelce. It deflated our offense. I mean, they just all looked deflated. It was like, once again, you're so fired up to go into the season. You have everyone healthy to start, like except Rice, who's suspended. Other than that, everyone's healthy to start. And I just think it just drained the energy right out of them. I think they were already tired from whatever travel, whatever else. That like totally derailed their game plan. I think their game plan was like probably 70% Xavier Worthy and getting him. He was the star of that game. And it changed on you in an instant. And so I think they did a good job of adjusting in the second half better. Guys were trying a little harder. They were getting more open. They made some halftime adjustments. That's when we saw our points come. We only had 2 field goals before half, which is pathetic on its own. But oh my God, can we talk? Can we talk about the penalties from Jawan Taylor?
We absolutely can. Now, I will say this.
Oh my! It was
Jawan
on his
Taylor-
birthday. It was his birthday.
Jawan Taylor has the second highest salary cap hit this season behind Patrick Mahomes.
He sure does.
And I will also say this. The first two penalties were very soft calls. The rest of them, it's like, all right, Jerome, what the hell? Like, the first two, I was like, okay, yeah, like you can literally see Jawan backing off, trying not to get the holding call. You see,
it was like, I mean, nitpicky, but yeah.
After that, I can't. I'm trying to like have your back, Jawan.
Yeah, I'm trying. I tried.
I seen the first two calls were soft as hell. Just like the two calls on George Karlaftis. I thought those were soft as hell. So I'm just like,
yes, I do agree with that.
I was like, okay, they're calling everything in this game. So that made me go, we've done this now for a long time. We've done this now for a long time. You cleaned it up a little bit last season. Still almost. Actually, no, I have a stat. I have to go find it.
They also wanted, I mean, people are talking about how, what's funny, it's the other fan bases that are mad about it. Chiefs fans loved it, but how Travis Kelce got up in Jawan Taylor's face after like the fourth penalty because he was so frustrated. And I'm like, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for getting in his face, because no one else is holding this man accountable. And he just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it. And it's beyond frustrating as a fan.
Jawan Taylor has been called for 36 penalties in the last 2 years. The next player doesn't even have 30. So when you look at that,
and I know they've set out to make an example of him, but like at some point,
I mean, yeah, it's really unexcusable. Like I said, in the beginning, when I rewatched the film, I was like, okay, well,
we all hate Carl Sheffers, that's for sure.
Yeah, Carl Sheffers is the worst. In the beginning, I was like, okay, well, that call was soft. Like that could have went either way. The second one, I was like, all right. But then the rest of them, I was like, no, this is a problem. This is a problem. And my thing is like, this is where I get angry at Andy Reid, because one, I'm already mad at you because you didn't adjust well enough with the guys that you have that had a great training camp. Two, bench this dude.
And the only reason they're not benching him is because of how much money he's making.
Like, yeah, but if he gets hurt,
you have Jalen Moore right there, who's ready to suit up, who's there and can play. So
who had a great camp and had a great
preseason, yeah.
So like, no, it's not an excuse. He had 55 yards worth of penalties. Juju Smith-Schuster had 55 yards.
Yeah, that's insane.
Basically, everything that Juju
essentially
doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
by the number of penalties that it doesn't matter. So Travis Kelce being pissed, high five, because yes, somebody needs to hold him accountable. However, at the same time, Trey Smith, get your boy to the right of you. If you need to, I don't know what it is and what the conversation needs to be. You are one of the highest players on this team. You need to hold him accountable.
And Taylor, he gives off the vibe that you can talk to him. Like, he gives off the vibe that he's a good teammate and you can talk to him.
We have spent a lot of money on this offensive line. They have spent a ton of money on making sure Patrick Mahomes does not hit the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no reason why we cannot hold this dude accountable. And if it's a mental thing, because maybe it's that. Maybe it's a mental thing. Maybe you're getting in your own way because now you feel like maybe if you overcompensate, you're going to get a flag. If it's a mental thing, that's even more the reason why you need to be pulled out of the game. Because why don't you take a breather and sit down for a second and let's talk about it. Let's look at film. Let's go over it. Let's see where you're maybe grabbing this person. Let's see maybe where you're maybe lining up. Like, pull him aside and have this conversation. Now, do I think that the conversation possibly happened at halftime because this team came out of the locker room late? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it could be
crazy.
too.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that.
but he still had more penalties after half, which is crazy. So
Correct. That doesn't mean that wasn't enough. So
no.
that's why I'm like, no, I'm that was a mess. So 1, Andy Reid not adjusting. 2, Jawan Taylor continues the penalties. 3, these receivers could not get open for anything. They could not get open for anything. That Chargers defense was all over them.
That's what Bruce Arians was saying today. I was listening to a clip of him, and he was saying, like, it's the lack of run game that we don't have for people to respect right now. And when they respect your run game, guys have a better time getting open.
They have
when they don't respect your run game, when they don't respect your run game, your guys, it's bad. So we went away from running the ball once again really quickly.
10 carries, 11 total carries.
It's unbelievable. Like Kareem Hunt, he had a full averaging.
Well, they both were averaging anywhere from 4.5 to 5 yards a carry. So the fact that you gave up on the running game is a problem.
It is.
They both were averaging 4.5 to 5 yards a carry. Even if you ran the ball on first down every time, even if you did that, you're gonna get 4 yards. It's better to be in short than long.
The panic that ensues with these coaches when something isn't working and they get so stubborn on whatever it is.
That's Andy Reid.
Right. And probably Matt Nagy, and probably a lot of them get stubborn. Well, they listen to Andy, and I understand. I love Andy Reid, but he does get stubborn, and you won't go away from certain things. And I know you want the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hands, but like,
I'm so angry at what I'm about to say right now.
Oh no.
I have been trying to avoid this agenda for like 2 years. I have been avoiding it for like 2 years. Okay.
Okay, say it.
Eric Bieniemy.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Bieniemy had them running backs on point. He kept Andy accountable for the freaking run game. Matt Nagy's not doing that. Sorry. He's not doing that.
Matt Nagy is your friend. Eric Bieniemy is your coach.
Why do you think that daggum team was so freaking disciplined? Could you imagine what Eric Bieniemy was saying?
Oh my God. No. I mean, yes.
What? I couldn't even be in the room. Okay. EB did not play that. And it's evidently clear. Matt Nagy does not call the plays on this team. Andy Reid does. Right. But Matt Nagy should be able to analyze and coach Andy Reid if he sees something different. He should be able to do that. He doesn't do that. He can't do that. He does whatever he tells him to do. That is why the offense for the last 2 years, if you've noticed, the offense's points per game have went down tremendously because of this.
Correct.
Those are stats y'all need to go look at. Okay. So, no, they're not as explosive as they used to be. No, they're not consistent when it comes to the running game. And that is absolutely a Matt Nagy and an Andy Reid problem. If Matt Nagy can't get the balls to be like, yo, we need to run the ball more consistently. The defense is tired. That specifically. The defense is tired. Run the ball and run the clock so they can catch their breath. That's my. I have been really.
I'm in complete agreement. It's really frustrating. There's no accountability being held. If Travis has to do it, let Travis do it. I don't care. I mean, someone's got to do it.
The thing is, somebody asked this earlier. Let me scroll up. Do y'all think we need a better running back? Oh, did it go away? Nope, people are commenting. Dang, y'all commenting way too fast. Do we think we need a
better interactions, right? I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I love y'all yapping. Keep yapping. I love it.
Yap away. Let it all out.
Do I think we need a third running back? Now, I think that Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco are good. I do not think either of them are great. I think they are good. I think they are serviceable. I think we're holding them back from getting to the potential of being great.
Yeah.
If people say Isaiah Pacheco lacks vision, you're not even giving opportunity to go out there and course.
He had like there's one play where Josh Simmons had a great block. And if Isaiah Pacheco would have followed him a little closer, he probably could have ran it into the end zone rather than getting stopped. He still had a decent run. He just didn't make it all the way into the end zone. I think his vision over the years has improved, but I think then the O-line, it wasn't great for run blocking this week. And maybe that's I can't quite equate that to losing Xavier Worthy because he has nothing to do with the O-line. But I just feel like they weren't great in run blocking either. So I feel like there's got to be, I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of run games that were working well over the weekend and it was fun to watch. And then you look at our run game and you're like, what in the hell?
There's two ways you can go about it.
I think there's more potential in our run game than what we saw. I don't know that we're going to see it against the Eagles because their D-line is so strong, but
they're going to,
So you're not going to see much improvement this week is my opinion.
No, you're not going to see it this week. So my thing is one of two things. You can either A, run the ball consistently so we can see what we have out of these guys. And if these guys can't do it, then yes, you go get another running back. 2, if you don't trust your guys enough to let them run the ball, go get a running back. Like there's literally 2 answers to it. If you don't trust your guys enough, go get a running back. People are saying they're super excited about Brashad and they think Brashad could come out here and do all of these things. You don't know that.
Right.
He's not. When I look at him, I don't think Saquon Barkley. I don't think Derrick Henry. I don't think
no.
David Montgomery. I don't think any of the top running backs in the league right now.
I don't even know who I think of when I watch him. I will say I think it's worth giving him a chance to see what he can be for sure. But he's a 7th round rookie, and so you're not going to see
just use the guys that you have. How about that?
Now,
just literally use the guys that you have. 11 is trash.
I think over the next few weeks, if we don't see any form of improvement in our running back room, now granted, we have a lot of good D-lines and defenses to go through. We have the Eagles coming up, which is going to be a big challenge for our running game. We have the Giants coming up, which is a big challenge for our running game because the Giants have a fantastic defensive line. Then you have the Ravens who have a good D-line. They didn't maybe look that great on Monday or on Sunday night, but they're still a really good D-line. After that, it gets maybe a little better, but even then you have the Lions, you have the Jags, you have the Commander.
I mean, we're kind of Ravens, I was like, okay. Lions, I was like, oh.
I don't know. So I think
but the Raiders okay.
If you don't see some improvement here, then you got to make a trade by the deadline. That's what I think.
The Raiders looked great.
The Raiders?
Yeah. Their defense looked great this weekend. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch it.
I guess I didn't. I was watching Red Zone mostly, so I didn't watch it close enough.
Oh, I had the game on the whole time. They looked pretty daggum good. They were flying around. They looked really good.
I mean, they have Max Crosby, so they're always going to be solid with him. Can't deny that.
I suggest everybody go back and watch the Raiders this past weekend. Let's talk about the defense. Because
Jodi, I'm trying to.
That's actually what my beef is. Like, I got beef with the offense.
Man.
Majority of my beef with the
Can I end my thought with the offense to say I think there's a lot of potential there with what we saw. I think we saw flashbacks of MVP Mahomes. I think there's a lot of potential there. We just got to hopefully see it come to fruition in these next few weeks. Our schedule is hard as hell, so it's not going to be easy, but there's potential.
I think this week is going to be very telling. Okay, here's all the things I want to yell about on the defense. I just have a checklist. I'm just going to read over them.
Okay.
Want to talk about. Lat McConkey was open for 30% of the routes he
ran. Yeah. Very, 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 very wide open. Yep.
I don't know what the hell is going on with Chris Jones.
I don't either.
I say that because that man, who I love dearly, love Chris Jones, love CJ. He talks a lot about how he wants to be defensive player of the year, how he's going to have double-digit sacks, how he's excited to, lead this defensive line, how he is on a revenge season. They all said this is the revenge season. They were all y'all all watched what's the show? The Kingdom. Y'all all watched The Franchise. Y'all heard Chris Jones yelling about, we got to take this one on the chin.
Right.
You heard that. Y'all heard Chris Jones.
He was like
barely on the field because are you in shape? 1, 2, that last play where it's 3rd and 14 and you play inside instead of outside because you thought you could get to him. Chris, you've been in this game way too long. Now, granted, you took accountability for it at the end, but why are you overthinking things? Like, why are you overthinking who you are as a player? Literally just go out there and do your job. George Karlaftis, don't know what that was about. You just got paid a whole bunch of money. Charles Omenihu, hello? Did you go to Brazil? Did he go? He was here?
He was there. Oh, he was there.
Because Charles Omenihu didn't do nothing. He did absolutely
They also
nothing.
had him out on he was only playing 50% of the snaps, which I did not understand.
Right. Are y'all healthy? Are y'all out of shape? Are y'all out of breath? What is it?
What's
Why are y'all talked all this stuff in the offseason? Drew Tranquil was the only defensive player who showed up.
2 thumbs up.
Drew cooked. Drew went crazy. I'm not even mad at Nick Bolton. I'm not mad at Trent because they really didn't target him at all. Trent's like that. They didn't target him at all. Now, there was once or twice where he did get cooked. And
I might disagree on Nick and Trent. Nick was targeted. Hold on. Can I say this? Nick was targeted. Nick was targeted 6 times and failed all 6 times. See, they caught 100% of the times he was targeted.
I'm still not mad at Nick. I still think I can't be mad at Nick when they didn't give Nick,
but it was not his.
It ain't even got nothing to do with that. When they're not getting any pressure off the line, when you got Charles Omenihu, Chris Jones, and George Karlaftis who aren't getting any, that front 4 looked awful. They looked horrible. So yeah, if you're not getting any pressure at all, Justin Herbert has all day to throw the ball. Yeah.
No, I completely agree. And I'm watching back a lot of the snaps. It was embarrassing how much miscommunication there was, how many miscues there were, how many guys were literally there was a play where Trent McDuffie and I think maybe Brian Cooks, I can't remember who he ran.
Brian Cook was horrible.
Oh my God, Trent McDuffie ran in, they ran into each other and fell over each other, and then they look, and then Quentin Johnston's wide open. They're just hello. And I'm sorry, but if Keenan Allen is cooking you in the year of 2025, what are you doing?
I literally tweeted and was like, Keenan Allen is cooking? That's embarrassing because he's old.
These guys were wide ass booty open.
The whole game. But again, to me, that comes down to your front 4 not getting pressure. And they weren't getting. So you also have to yell at Spags about this too. Wow, Boston has again. You also have to yell at Spags too, because Spags did a horrible job adjusting.
Oh my God.
He did a horrible job adjusting. If you see your front four is not getting anything and they're getting cooked, why are you not seeing more blitzes? Why do you not add another person to the line? Why are we not playing closer to the, like, what are we doing? So it was just bad all around. And it's not even like they were missing guys. It literally looked like the defense did not practice. Like at all that week.
Literally, it's like they were asking to be cooked. Like they hardly anyone had their assignments right. All of them were bumping into each other all night. There was no pressure from the defensive line.
Look, offense too.
Offense, I understand more because you lost your star receiver. Now, had you lost, like, let's say Trent McDuffie, okay, I'd understand a little more why your defense looks so discombobulated. You didn't lose anyone. Y'all were all healthy. You had every chance you could get to adjust at halftime. And granted, they had a few decent stops. Spags had one of those crazy blitzes with Drew Tranquil. It was magical, and you're like, okay. But aside from that, it just was ugly. The whole night.
It's no excuse for this team because most of the guys on the defense played on this team last year. So it's not like y'all don't understand the playbook. It's not like y'all don't understand what y'all are.
It's not like y'all are too young. Y'all know this defense. Like,
it's not like y'all didn't literally all go through a training camp together. Y'all all went through all of these things together more than one. Some of y'all more than 2 years together. Some of y'all 3 years together. So I don't understand. I'm so upset with the front. Last year
really disappointing. Yeah.
Last year we complained about them literally not getting home.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this team can.
They were getting pressure and not getting home. And George Karlaftis said in his press conference last week, he said, that's our main focus this season. We know we were getting the pressure. We just couldn't capitalize. Our goal is to be that team that sacks everyone now. Y'all didn't do, I mean, he got home once and then it was called roughing the passer, so that wasn't great. But
this is what makes me angry. So on Sunday, I watched every football game because why not?
I was watching. I was just on Red Zone, so you miss things here and there. But
I watched Broncos. Sorry, that's not what I'm trying to say. Bengals, Browns. Isn't that who played this week? Who did the Browns play? Bengals, Browns.
Yep.
And they needed to get Joe Burrow and crew off the field.
Trent running into Drew. Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry.
They needed to get Joe Burrow off the field.
And they
Guess
did.
what Tyler did? He went and got a sack. And then
over and over.
He got another sack. He literally got back-to-back sacks.
On a team that's not playing for crap. On a team that knows they're not going to do anything.
I think Michael Garrett alone had 3 sacks.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Now, granted, the Bengals' offensive line is just not that great.
Not good.
But
the Chargers were missing. They were missing their star left tackle, and their guard was sick.
Correct. Exactly. And y'all got embarrassed. And not only that, and we do not have to talk about this game much longer because we're already at an hour.
Holy crap, yeah. I didn't even realize it was an hour.
The fact that, I don't know. I will say this. If you've been a Chiefs fan, I think I said this on Saturday. You know, the Chiefs defense don't really get rolling until the bye week. They usually always get cooked in the beginning. Last year, they did not do this. They came out rolling. This year, it kind of feels like they've reverted back to who they were of the past.
They did.
I expect so much more out of Andy Reid and Coach Spags. It's like not even funny. It's not even funny. Like,
they've given us reason to have these expectations. We don't just have them for no reason. Like,
it'd be different if this was a team full of new guys and we were in a rebuilding year last year. We're not. These guys have been here. So it's not even the fact that the expectation is high. It's y'all know what y'all are doing, so I don't understand.
Right.
And I know that they have heard all this. My thing is, you should not get motivation from this game because you should have had motivation from losing in the Super Bowl.
How is that not? I mean,
I'm
beyond
about that because this game should not be the game that gives you motivation.
No.
Getting embarrassed in the Super Bowl is what it should have gave you that fire going into this game. So
I think that's the most
kind of where I'm like, what happened from
all
of the things that happened in the Super Bowl where y'all got embarrassed and then y'all came out here week 1 looking almost identical. So
it's like
very concerning. And I can't even act like I'm not concerned because that's incredibly concerning. Do I think they can turn it around like you said? Yes.
Tired of Andy saying I should have had the guys prepared. Abso-freaking-lutely. Like there needs to be accountability. I think what drives me crazy is, and I love pretty much every member of the Chiefs media in the press conferences. They don't press Andy for answers. They let him get by every week with, I should have held the guys accountable. It's fine. We'll get there next week. It's the same thing every week. There's no accountability in the press conferences. If I were in there, if you and I were in there, we'd be kicked out right away. But
that's why they won't give us media passes.
Right. But I will say it is unbelievably annoying how we spent this entire offseason embarrassed. Y'all heard the shit talk all offseason about how bad you looked in the Super Bowl and how your asses were whooped and you weren't prepared. And you talked about the whole freaking Kingdom franchise, about how bad it was, and Chris Jones and the leadership and everyone. It just floored me how they came out looking that stale. Like it literally was like watching the same team from the Super Bowl the first half. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. So they looked better the second half. I'll give them that. Defense, not really, but whatever. I'm hoping Spags can figure out how to adjust. No one wants to see the Chiefs win. The Chargers did what they had to do and beat us. They were sick and freaking tired of us, which I understand.
They looked freaking great.
And they looked polished. And
they looked great.
Hats off to the Chargers because they beat us fair and square. I don't want to hear complaints about the refs. I don't care. It doesn't matter. We just looked exactly. We
great.
So
all right, let's get into week 2 really quickly. So Chiefs are finally back at home at Arrowhead. They went undefeated at home. So you would assume that they're going to win this week. Y'all. I don't know. I don't know. This game is it's going to be rowdy. It's going to be hostile.
Especially after losing last week.
Hot. It is supposed to get up to 90 degrees and sunny at Arrowhead, which means it's going to be even hotter on that field. So are the dudes hydrated? Did they get their butts kicked this week in practice? And are they going to be ready to go on Sunday? Because all odds are going to be on this game on Sunday. So let's just kind of get into the keys to winning this game. We already kind of know the matchup just because we literally just had the matchup in the Super Bowl. And if anything, the Eagles went out and got a whole bunch of more dudes on their team. They went out and got a whole bunch of more dudes on this team, and they are stacking that roster up because they absolutely believe that they're going to two-peat. And, hey, it looks like they're doing all things right to kind of go that way. Saquon Barkley looks great. Jalen Hurts looks great. Those receivers besides A.J. Brown look great. That
AJ and Devontae were like non-factors, but I just know that's on purpose for us to think they're going to be non-factors this week.
AJ had one target and it came at the end of the game.
Insane.
My fantasy football was pissed.
Might as well just not have suited up. But
I say he'll be reading a book by like week 4, so that's fun. But let's kind of just talk about keys to winning this game. Give me your 3 keys to winning for the offense, and then we can talk defense.
Most of all, I just want to see them come out of the gates fired the hell up, because I don't want to see any pussyfooting around. I don't want to see y'all farting around out there trying to get your shit together in the first quarter. I don't want to see it. Come out with energy. Come out to play your game. You were embarrassed by this team. You were humiliated by them a few months ago. Come out and play your best game. That's a huge key to the game for me. Aside from that, specifically on offense, I will say don't go away from the run. You did that in the Super Bowl. If it's not working right away, adjust your O-line, adjust what you need to do, and don't go away from the run. I know they have a good D-line. Their secondary is a little bit questionable. They lost some guys. Their secondary is a little bit questionable. That will elevate your passing game. If we can get a few deep balls to Tyquan Thornton, fantastic. Get Hollywood Brown involved early enough.
It could be Juju Smith-Schuster. It could be Noah Gray. It could be Jared Wiley. Here's my thing. Everybody's talking about going out and getting all of these guys for the offense. Well, we literally have dudes that can go get the job done. Noah Gray is always reliable. Juju Smith-Schuster is always reliable. You got some tight end. Robert Tonyan, hello?
Involve him more.
Why are we
involve him?
Why are we not running heavy sets?
Yeah.
You can do a 3 tight end set. You can do a 2 running back set. You can literally have Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt out there at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, there are different ways that you can go to be creative to get the ball down the field. I know. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, or finish your point. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to skip to defense, and I don't want to do that yet. So finish.
Oh, yeah, no. I need to get, yeah. I'm like, my
brain is like.
My keys to the game are you have to use the guys you got. You got the receivers that can do it. You definitely. If you don't trust your receivers, you got the tight end room that can go get the job done.
Right.
Literally use them. Yeah, Jawan Taylor gets to have 0 penalties this game. So figure that out before Sunday.
Or we are going to be calling for Jalen Moore really soon. If that
I am calling for Jalen Moore now.
Yeah.
He can do it. Him and Josh Simmons out there, I'm not mad at that.
I'd love to see like 13 personnel. Like try some different things. I don't know.
Yeah, I just said that. Like, why are we not running a 3 tight end set? Like, why are we not like what are we doing? So
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that.
Defense.
You already said you got to run the ball.
Yeah.
Say that, but and I think that they just kind of need to have some urgency out there too. Like the game is clicking when Patrick has control of it. When Andy is calling every play and slowing the game down, that doesn't help. You need to get back to giving Pat 3 and 4 plays at a time and letting him go out there and run that offense.
Yeah,
but slowing the game down does not help. Patrick can't get in his element. Patrick is gonna get frustrated and he's gonna run the ball. Like,
yeah,
he's heard all the talk. He's not about to let y'all have him out here looking crazy. So I don't
Patrick
know what it is with Andy Reid, but Pat needs to just kind of get back to who he is. Like, you know how to run this game. You know how to clock manage.
He was.
You know how you
at the end
know how to run this game. You know how to clock manage. You know what plays are gonna work. You know this playbook, but like, dude, this is year 8.
At the end of that game, I mean,
play the game.
Yeah, he was showing who he is. He was showing the old Mahomes, and that was nice to see. So I hope we see that the entire game, and we should, because it's at home, and you guys should have all the motivation you need. So,
Harrison Butker didn't miss anything either.
Yeah. Now I will say the field goal they executed to get those 3 points at the end of the half was quite impressive. But then you go on and make an extra point, and it doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
Dave Tobe has them dudes in check.
I'm not special teams. I'm really not concerned about, because Dave Tobe will be on their asses, and he holds them accountable. Yeah, he holds them accountable. So I'm not worried about special teams at the moment. Yeah. Defense, I want to see a spy on Jalen Hurts. He killed the Cowboys with his legs. He ran all over them. He ran more than Saquon. So get a spy, put Leo Chanel.
Not in the beginning.
Put Leo Chanel or Drew Tranquil on Jalen. And
he had them running backs running, and he took them to touchdowns himself. He let them do all the work and then went down and took
them
to touchdowns.
He did do that too. But
I was like, damn, Jalen, let Saquon get one.
But the thing is with the Eagles is they can kill you if they want with their passing game. They can kill you with their running game. You have to respect both. So whatever is working better for them, adjust. We have to figure out how to adjust on defense. We failed to do that this past week. Failed to do it in the Super Bowl. You guys have to adjust. Whatever is working for them, adjust to that and make it not work. That's all I got. That's all I got for defense.
You got to get Jalen
and get pressure.
Defense.
Amen.
I'll say this. My take is a little different. We know how to stop the run game, right? We know how to stop the run game. We seen what we did to Saquon in the Super Bowl. You got to make Jalen throw the ball. So yes, in the Super Bowl, Jalen was dotting us up all over. If I look at week 1, he was not. I watched that game and was like, okay, so we just need to make Jalen throw the ball. Got it. Because him and his receivers were clicking, but not for real.
Yeah.
And that's why they ran the ball so much,
right,
because it's working effectively.
Yeah.
So in my mind, even though my secondary scares me a little bit, you got to get Jalen to kind of throw the ball. You got to get to Jalen. You got to create a turnover. Yeah. When the defense creates turnovers, we win football games.
Correct.
They didn't. You know what I mean? So
you got to force some turnovers. Absolutely.
I don't know if it's a matter of maybe guys are not healthy. Maybe guys are tired. I don't know what it is with the defense.
I hope it's that they were tired and we look this week and say, okay, it was that they were tired. Now we can feel better about it. I hope that's the case, but I have no idea if that's.
And my thing is this too. There were 2 things in this game that pissed me off. There were 2 There were 2 specific things in week 1 that pissed me off. Why are we going for a 2-point conversion and Travis Kelce is not on the field? That makes me angry. I do not care that he was running the ball. Huh?
I don't know why. He was like, why would you take him off the field?
He just ran the ball because he was out of breath and tired. I don't care. You're the distraction. Get your butt out.
You have like 2 yards to go. You can do a little distraction route.
Literally just go run a route and then you can sit out. You're the distraction. Your butt should be on the field. So that was terrible play calling. The next thing, Chris Jones not being in the game on 3rd down. What are we doing? Why? Like,
and don't get mad when Drew Tranquil calls you out on your BS, because
so your 2 most important people after Patrick Mahomes not being on the field in crucial moments does not make sense to me. I do not want to see that this week. I do not want to see that for the rest of the year.
No.
Okay. So I would say, and that comes down to play calling, and that is on Andy Reid and Spags.
Yeah. Fully agree.
That, and then, secondary, I get that they like Trent McDuffie to kind of just be all over, but maybe we got to stop doing that. Maybe you got to stop supporting everybody. And maybe everybody else just needs to step up. Brian Cook, Jalen Watson, Joshua Williams. Like,
one of these young guys from that 2022 class has to step up and be louder, because
Trent can't do everything. Which is why he's looking the way that he's looking.
No secret, we were not Justin Reed's biggest fans, right? But he was missed this past week. You don't have to. I will give it to him. He was absolutely missed, and his leadership was missed, and it showed. Jaden Hicks, it's a lot. I think he will step up eventually, but it's his year 2. Year 2, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, year 2.
Yeah,
so
year 2 for him.
He will step up, but to expect him to like be the full leader of the whole defensive back room is a lot. I need Trent McDuffie to be more vocal. I need some of these guys to be more vocal back there.
Was Mike Edwards active this week?
He's on the practice squad. They put him on the practice squad.
Probably elevate him this week.
I thought the same thing.
You should probably elevate Mike
Edwards. Just to rub a little salt in the wound, Mike Pennell was the best graded run defender of the NFL this past week.
He was. So. That defense still looked like hell, but I did see that come out about him.
I'm so mad about that.
They should absolutely probably elevate Mike Edwards for his veteran leadership this week.
Yeah, I would be very down for that.
I'd love to see him over Brian Cook, respectfully.
Yeah.
So yeah. So those are my defensive keys to the game. If I had to say who an X factor should be, offense is gonna have to be Travis Kelce. Defense is gonna have to be Chris Jones. Like, it's literally that simple. Normally, I should not have to count on the big dudes, the guys who run this team, to be the X factor because you just assume they're gonna do their job. No. This week, y'all have to be the X factor. You have to be the game.
Say, because of the way that our guards looked in the Super Bowl, I'm going to say our guards. I'm going to say Kingsley, you got to have a hell of a game. And Trey Smith, you got to have a hell of a game.
Kingsley,
he's got to have a hell of a game. And he didn't do terribly this past week, but
no, he did not. Jalen Carter might eat him. So that's where you're going to see that chip help from Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt this week. There's going to be a lot of chipping.
Yeah.
Helping out the guard. That guard specifically.
And defense, I kind of got to put it on Chris Jones too. I don't know how you don't. He's got it.
Show up to the game today.
I would just say our whole D-line, y'all have to do better. You have to do better, and you have to execute. You have to actually do better. So,
like, you have to be better.
Like, George, I love you to death, but we just paid you. I need to see it.
Chris, you're making a lot of money.
Chris, you're making a lot of money. Charles, we brought you back so you could go earn yourself a better contract. Show it.
You're going to be on this team next year on a 1-year deal. At the rate you're going. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, it was disgusting work. So
also clean it up. Clean up your penalties. Clean it up.
Hey, Eagles, your keys to the game. Don't spit on anybody.
Yeah. Or do.
Just make sure if you spit on somebody, you do it in the pregame and not during the game.
Right.
The big difference there. Okay. Who wins this game and what's the score?
I'm gonna say Chiefs because we need it. And I'm gonna put the good vibes out there. I'm gonna say Chiefs win. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be a hard fought battle. I'm gonna say 27-25 Chiefs. 27-25. Oh, we're putting points up. We're gonna have to. Our offense is gonna have to step up. Yep.
Man, I don't even know what to say.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say we should probably not go 0-2. So
exactly.
We should
put the good vibes out. Winning vibes out there.
Now we got another podcast tomorrow, y'all, on Arrowhead Addicts. Don't be surprised if this changes a little bit. God bless. I think the Chiefs win the game because that sixth man at Arrowhead.
We're not going to let the Eagles leave like that.
I think that if this was an away game, we would lose. So because this is a home game, I think we win. Oh, that's funny.
We don't have Carl Sheffers. We have Alex Kemp, I think.
I have no clue. I haven't looked. I think we win by like 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
I don't know what the score is, but I do think it is going to be lower scoring, like maybe like a 24-21.
See, but that says our defense does well, and I don't know.
I think somebody will create a turnover this week.
I hope so. Nick Bolton, channel your inner.
I'm like
LVII.
I don't normally like stress about this game, but I do think there is a very high possibility this team goes 0-2. And I hate that. It actually makes me so angry.
It's going to be disgusting if we do.
Oh,
I suggest listening to no shows.
We have never been 0-2 in the Patrick Mahomes era.
Have we not?
No, we've never started the season.
I don't think so either.
No.
Well, he's never lost more than 2 games in a row. So
correct. So we've never started 0-2.
Yeah. So yeah.
Go get your candles. Sage.
Do all your superstitions.
Sage. Whatever you wore last week, do not wear it this week. Wherever you sat on the couch, move. If you went to a bar, don't go there. Like,
don't do anything you did last week. Don't
wash your hair. Thing. If you haven't, wash your hair. Okay? Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ. I do think they get it together this week. And then if they don't get it together this week, next week's podcast is going to be
an all-timer.
Crazy. All right, let's get out of here. We will see y'all tomorrow on Arrowhead Addict at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have not went and gotten your Andy's frozen custard, please go do that. We do have fun things coming up very soon that we can't talk about yet. Boulevard Brewery, shout out to them. Pink Lips Cosmetics, shout out to them. Shout out to all the people. And we are going to be better about brand sponsorships next week. If you're on Underdog, use the code King and Queen. Okay. So, let's get out of here.
All right. We love y'all. Tune in with us tomorrow on Arrowhead Addict. We'll have some more to say. We'll have some Chiefs press conferences to recap tomorrow. It's going to be a good time.
Man, holy.
Let's go get this.
We got this, y'all. I'm going to be more positive tomorrow.
Sure thing.
I like looking at my phone. I don't have so many notifications.
All right. We love y'all.
All right. Bye, y'all. Bye.